JD's podcast. JD's Rubber Boots podcast. We're gonna sit and relax and tell you all sorts of stories. Talk about life and little sports. You know we're gonna play some games. And if nothing else, you know we're gonna have a laugh. We're gonna have a laugh, oh yeah. 'Cause this is the podcast.
I have 3 reasons to be very excited today about episode, 16? 17?
16, I think.
Episode 16. Number 1, I have my voice back.
Yeah, it's you were sexy Jimmy for a few days.
Sexy Jimmy!
Lots of texts and emails coming to me about that voice there.
That was... The semis in particular, It was Gonzo of the World Juniors. If any of our listeners don't listen to the World Juniors, what do you think about that Carter Hart St. Bob? I've never, I've gotten sick many times. Yeah. I've never lost my voice before like that on the air. Maybe we can bring to with the second reason I'm excited.
Yes.
Rod Smith, baby, is in the studio again, only for a short time.
For a limited time only.
Limited time only. He's only got a few minutes today, but we thought we'd have him in. He dropped by.
And I think you sounded great.
Have you ever lost your voice like that?
I gradually got laryngitis. The only time I ever got it really badly was before a CFL play-by-play game between the BC Lions and Ottawa Renegades. And by the middle of the second quarter, it was like whoever the quarterback was. Dan Crowley, back to throw. And he's completed that over the...
Yeah, it's so much worse for a play-by-play guy. I mean, the one thing about hosting is you talk for a few minutes and then you can shut up. So I was okay that way, but...
you were a trooper, though. I admire you for that. You fought your way through it.
Well, they wanted to kick me out. I didn't want to miss the gold medal game.
No.
I mean, that was my worst fear. It's one of our biggest events we do of the year. But, actually, Mackenzie really helped me because right before the gold medal game, it was still bad. And I, like most broadcasters, we talk very loud. Right. In television, you talk very loud.
Yeah, that's the problem. You have to project.
You do. And it sounds normal at home. But if you talk in a normal voice on television, it ends up sounding like you're whispering. So Bob said, tone it down a little bit. And I started talking when I was able to talk a little lower. It worked okay. So I shoved the mic basically down my throat. And
that's where Sexy Jimmy came into play.
Sexy Jimmy! Third reason I'm excited is Lester's back from his suspension.
Yeah.
Puffy's back. Stoff is back. We're all together in 2018.
The band's back together.
Roddy doesn't have long, so I thought what we'd do is get right to the recap. We did not do a recap last week.
People have been asking for a recap.
People were angry because we were stuck in a hotel room with O-Dog and Bob, the most reluctant
and the
guests.
robots.
and the hostile robots and guests. But this is we're going to try something more historic. Last time Rod was on, he did the first ever Rod Smith recap live.
Yes.
This time he's going to do the Rod Smith recap not only live, but without ever seen it before. As much a professional as Rod is as an invoice, when he does his voicing, he'll look it over.
Yeah.
He'll make sure he has all the tones and everything perfect. This time it's going to be a blind read.
Just
what
dangerous.
we call in the business. Blind read.
There's a lot of pressure here.
Right now, our team of producers that puts together the Rod Smith recap is texting Roddy the recap.
So really,
it's been
up until the final moment, I really don't know what I'm going to say.
You have no idea.
Really?
You don't know how
it's going to come.
It's been sent right now.
That really kind of sums up my broadcast career, actually.
All right.
Okay,
should be on your phone now. Do you have it?
I have it.
All right. And you may begin Rod Smith recap.
Happy 2018, ladies. Little known fact, on the Chinese calendar, this is the year of the Roddy. Although technically, every year has been. I spent the holidays getting to know my wonderful daughter from another mother, 1999 Sarah Orleski. Alas, Roddy's compound is no place to raise a teenager, especially one trapped in 1999. So I've sent her off to school now to pursue her journalism dreams. She's attending the prestigious Gary Lawless Technical Institute of Broadcasting in Winnipeg. I'll miss her dearly. But now it's time for Roddy to be Roddy again, to pleasure my guests and invoice the rest. So here we go. This week, double recap right across the sky. In episode 14, Roddy was the guest star, and he killed it. I get paid extra for this, we agreed, right?
Yes.
Where is the masseur? Is it a masseur or masseuse? Had a couple of late nights, or early mornings. Should anyone point out that it's me clapping? The other guys also talked, but who gives a crap? In episode 15, special guest Jeff O'Neill and the boys pondered the value of Keith Kachuk's sperm.
$200,000.
See, we changed it. You said $1 million.
$1.5 million.
You can potentially be bringing someone on the earth that would make $100 million.
Yeah,
I would put 1.5 in a bag and give it to Keith Kachuk. Go in there, read the Playboy, and give me the sperm.
Big deal. People have been trying to buy. Big deal. Big deal. Big deal. People have been trying to buy Roddy's for decades. That's the one thing he won't invoice for. It's like sticky liquid Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. Oh. And finally, Roddy's search for a new personal attendant may have ended in the gorgeous tones of a computer named Alexa.
Your circuits are fused, you're feeling confused.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
this is amazing.
She's dreamy. Oh, I'm getting my own Alexa. And she may soon have a new definition of what love is.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, you will, Lexi. Till next time.
Beautiful.
Is that okay?
That was wonderful.
As I say in the newsroom all the time when I butcher scripts, sorry about the pickups. You can work that out. You can edit it out. Make me sound good.
Fix it in post.
You were wonderful. I greatly appreciate
now there's
that.
some edgy material there.
Yeah, well, we can talk about the edits after.
I'll be listening to the podcast later, hearing him say this.
We'll
talk about the edits after.
Before you leave, do you have we in Fandom later? We'll give a little tease for our Fandom segment. We're going to ask about Johnny Manziel, and is it going to end in the options will be Johnny Manziel, huge CFL success story, or Johnny Manziel disaster? You have that option. What would be your guess right now, assuming they can come to a deal, which is no guarantee at this point?
I think in the end it's closer to a disaster than a good thing. Even though I think he has the ability, I'd love to see him play in the CFL. I think it'd be awesome because he's so talented. But I'm not sure about between the years. I'm not sure if he is going to care enough about the CFL. Like the Doug Flutie comparison. Flutie, I think, cared about the league. He liked it. He saw it as a chance. He was not in a rush to get back to the NFL. He made the most of it. Everything I've seen about Johnny Manziel off the field tells me he's not going to be committed to this thing.
Right. What was the favorite gift you gave Sarah Lesky in 1999 for? What happens, by the way, when she goes to school in Winnipeg at the Gary Lawless Institute of Quasi-Journalism or whatever that she's going to?
Well, there'll be a lot of trips to Vegas now, I guess, too, right?
What if 1990... Exactly.
That's right.
There's probably a branch of the college there. What if she runs into 2017 Sarah Orlesky and that's
2018?
Oh, sorry. Yes. There's three of them now.
My God.
Yeah. I don't know what happens. It's a Matrix type of thing.
Yeah. Well, technically, I mean, she's really not allowed to see that future version. I mean, this could do some strange things to... Oh,
so it's like the Back to the Future thing?
Yeah.
When
You can't see yourself. Like, I think it was a Star Trek one. I think one Spock wasn't supposed to see the other, and he did. And actually, they keep making movies on that.
Right.
So it'll probably be okay. I've kind of talked my way out of this. Just let me ramble. Let the old man in the corner ramble. He'll be gone soon enough.
One last thing before you leave. Stuck in my hotel room sick in the World Juniors on the day between the quarters and the semis. I was flicking around the dial and I watched The Dark Knight Returns or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I giggled. I enjoyed it so much more.
We're not going to get rid of this thing, are we?
I had just enjoyed it so much more every time Bane spoke, thinking of you being Bane. It made the movie 5 times as good. Just so you know.
The hell's the matter with your voice, brother?
Get the hell out of here.
All right. Thank you.
Rod Smith, baby.
Yeah, Rod
Live
Smith.
in studio.
Don't forget your coat, brother.
Thank you.
Need that.
Have a feeling that sticky liquid Bitcoin's going to get edited out. Going to hear from Roddy's people. It's going to be a cease and desist order.
You'll have to talk to my lawyer.
Always good to have Roddy live in studio.
fantastic.
How's everybody? Lester?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm so disappointed that I was sick and could not come down to Buffalo because I wanted to bring some sunshine to that brutal, hostile podcast you had with O-Dog.
A lot of anger, wasn't there?
He was very angry.
He was very funny, though.
Unfortunately,
very
people
funny.
loved it.
Yes. I think
All my friends were like, "O-Dog should be on all the time."
he's the favorite character people have now, but
He doesn't play guitar, does he?
he'll come on if we he will come on if we pay him.
Again.
No, I listened to that one. It just took me a second. Yeah, you'd be done. You sick too? You fighting the old cough?
I'm just a little bit lingering, but everything's okay.
Does your voice get sexy when you
You know what? I'm very fortunate. Everything I did everything. Like this was what happened. I did a New Year's Eve gig with Groove Yard, Grave Diggers.
He doesn't even know the name anymore.
I was trying to jump on your joke. Mistake by me. Anyway, but Groove Yard, we played New Year's Eve. It's great. I'm sitting there saying, man, I'm so happy I didn't get sick this whole time. Usually between Christmas and New Year's, I come down with something just because I've been going so hard up until Christmas.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, New Year's Day, about 3 o'clock, my throat.
You know what I bet what it was? All the ladies who throw the panties on the stage, one probably caught you and it was a little something in there and boom.
Could be.
Where did you play? Where it was a
The
club?
Rex. The Rex, yeah. The Rex.
Oh, the
Was it a
Rex.
crazy party or was a, kind of our age crowd?
It was our age crowd, a little older actually, but it was good. We've been doing the Rex now almost 20 years.
I don't know what that is. What is the Rex?
The Rex is a bar on Queen Street.
Yes, the Rex Hotel and Jazz Bar.
Yeah, my buddy used to live on that
Very
street.
cool. Very cool.
Like 2 minutes from there. That's the only reason why I know the Rex.
No, it's great. It's a great place. If you want, listen, you want to come down and see some live music, it doesn't have to be me. It's a great venue.
Does anybody yell out?
How mad would you be, though, if he went to the Rex when you weren't playing?
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
You never came to see me play.
I thought it was the Grave Diggers. I saw it in the pamphlet. Does anybody yell out fake names of your band at the Groove
Hasn't happened as yet.
Groove Road shows?
Hasn't happened as yet.
No? All right.
But,
pretty good.
And Stoff, your holidays were fine. You got sick as well, I understand.
Yeah, right before New Year's.
Did you go out for New Year's?
No.
Kids had a good Christmas?
In no condition to.
Your wife, Heather, had a beautiful Christmas?
Nicole. Had a great Christmas.
Even I remember.
Jimmy is killing it.
No, I did that on purpose. Okay, so we got a lot of business to take care of here. First of all, what else happened? I guess we should do the week that was. That's how we start off every show.
Let's discuss the week that was with James Duthie and the Rubber Boots Podcast crew.
Puffy, I saved this from the last podcast because I wanted to share with our guys, but on December 23rd, which is basically when we have a short Christmas because of the World Juniors, that's essentially my Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Eve is kind of Christmas, and then on Christmas you head to the World Juniors.
Correct.
My washing machine broke.
My dryer's down now.
Okay. What? So this is a problem when you have 3 teenagers and you're going away for 2 weeks.
Big problem.
So I had to go to the Laundr-O-Mat. Did you know, by the way, it was Laundr-O-Mat?
No, it's Laundr-O-Mat.
No, if you had to spell, it's laundry-mat?
I think you're at like a shady one.
No, mine is called Laundr-O-Mat.
Maybe it's a play on words.
Is it?
I don't know.
They're laundromats.
Google it. I always thought it was laundry-mat.
Oh,
Apparently it might be laundromat.
I always thought it was laundromat.
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 You're asking a man that doesn't know
It is
he's driving.
Laundr-O-Mat.
It is
It's
Laundr-O-Mat.
Laundromat?
Laundromat.
Look at that.
That's I know stuff we see. This is an educational podcast now. The stuff we've taught people.
You're
The
asking.
stuff we don't know is more educating.
Well, nobody knew that. Look, no one in this
That's
room, and
true.
now
Outside
I
the
bet
room.
you if we polled the audience before we said it, 70% would have said laundromat.
I would have said that. Yeah,
Laundromat.
Let's hope so.
Laundro.
So I have never been to a laundromat in my life.
That doesn't surprise me.
I've
at all.
never entered a laundromat. I don't.
Even when
believe.
you're in college?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
Because I was
You stayed home.
Yeah, I stayed home. My parents moved away, so they gave me their condo, and I had my own laundro.
Yeah. You've
So-
lived a nice life.
A couple of things about the laundromat. A lot of angry people there. Like a lot of people.
On December 23rd, if you're doing it.
No,
so
no. Okay, so the washing machine breaks on the 23rd. I'm there on Christmas Eve now.
Oh, wow. So
Christmas
even-
Eve at the laundromat.
Yeah, that's not a good time.
So
More depressing place there or a strip bar? Christmas Eve.
we should open a strip bar / laundromat.
I'm gonna
We'll
ask.
kill some time.
I'm gonna answer that question. It's easy to laundromat. At least you have entertainment at the strip bar.
True, but the people working are probably pretty depressed too.
But
They
I
wouldn't really be
I
up
always
for it.
thought the people at the laundromat would be all people that didn't live in an apartment, did not have a room for a thing. But it turned. I start talking to the people at the laundromat because I'm a friendly guy. I'm trying to make conversation.
Yeah.
The 3 people I talked to, all of their washing machines broke down, and that's why they were at the laundromat.
Well, the washing machine thing is complete bullshit. They don't make those to last. They're like 18 months tops.
I think what I'm going to do.
I've gone through 3
They're
washers.
terrible.
They're terrible.
Not 18 months.
18
Mine
months
lasted
tops.
10 years.
No chance. You had a
Just
good
don't
one.
buy that mealy German crap.
Back in the day, they'd last for decades now.
I'll say this: the quality of all appliances has dropped off
they make them to break.
substantially.
We sound like such old men right
But
now.
they make them to break now.
Back in the day, my
in the day,
washing machine, I got one from Whirlpool. I had 27 years. So I'm at the Laundr-O-Mat, and all these people have their washing machine.
So you're there by yourself?
Gone broke. No, my
The whole
lovely wife
family-
came with me.
What about the
And
children?
we turned. No, they're not coming to that. Are you kidding? So we only had a few loads to do that first night, and we made a night out of it. Got a little Thai food, had a little
Nice.
wine at the laundromat.
That's pretty good.
So, but
Any more?
no.
No. Just kept it clean.
I once had no, I can't tell this.
Why?
Can I? Well, there's a person that I knew when I was younger who is now a fairly prominent Canadian who, I'm not going to say male or female, had the nickname Maytag because they enjoyed making love on
washing machines?
On washing machines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it
Anyway,
a spin cycle? It's an extra.
so anyway, we get it done. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
But we get back from Buffalo, and I ordered a new washing machine. By the way, you should. I've never been throwing around money, making it rain on the phone, like trying to get a washing machine installed on Christmas Eve. Oh. I'll pay whatever you have to get a washing machine over here. If it's $1,500, I'll give you $2,000. Didn't work.
No.
So I couldn't get one till like yesterday, basically. Oh. So we get back from Buffalo, from the old World Juniors.
There.
3 teenagers. 10 loads of laundry. Oh,
wow.
Like 10 loads.
Sometimes, though, it's almost better to go to the Laundr-O-Mat. What's it called? Laundr-O-Mat?
Laundr-O.
Because you can, yesterday I got like 6 loads done.
Did you go to the laundromat?
Yeah, I had to go to the laundromat.
You go to the laundromat regularly?
No, my dryer just broke.
Oh, so you do use the dryer.
Yeah, so I...
And use the big, did you use the big one?
Washer and dryer, and the dryer is big.
Because they have those big they have those big suckers at the laundromat.
And I got it all done in like 2 hours.
Okay, so that's the key. So here's what happened, though. We go back now, we got 10 loads, all right? My wife wants to separate her loads and go into the little machines. So I got me and my kids' loads, and I'm going to go for the big machines.
Yeah.
By the way, $8 a load.
$8?
That laundromat. What do you think's the most a person has ever spent at the laundromat?
I think...
In a one day, one human. I spent $78.
You did?
At the laundromat.
That makes sense, though. Because
$78.
That's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks closed, though. But I mean,
my washer is $5.50. You got jacked.
$78. So $8 for the big machine. All right,
that's just for washing, right?
So there's for the washing.
Yeah.
So and $4 for my wife's little machine. So she put in hers in 4 different machines.
Jacking you out in Aurora.
I got 3 big loads, triple loads.
Yeah.
And there's a slew of machines, and there's one machine that's full it's already done. So the clothes are sitting there, and so I'm putting all my clothes in the machines around that machine, and I'm popping in my loonies like a man, like a boss.
Yeah.
Putting in my 8 loonies and hitting machines left, right, and go. And there's one old guy in the corner.
Yeah.
He looks angry. He's reading a book. He looks up at me angry a couple of times, like the old man in Home Alone.
He's usually the hottest guy in the laundromat, and now you walked in.
Exactly. But like the Home Alone guy before he got sweet at the end when he was angry at the beginning. So he's looking at me and giving me the evil eye. So I'm firing away, putting in my things, hitting the button, throwing my soap in. And then my wife comes over and she goes, you got them all going? I'm like, yep, I fired them all up. And she goes, well, what about this load? And I go, that's not mine. She goes, no, I can see Darian's clothes in there. Yeah. I looked at the machines, and what I did was I put in $8 and I hit go on the load that wasn't mine that was already done. and then the old man in the corner, the angry man.
That's why he's
No, he wasn't I think it was so it was his load, but he didn't he was reading, so he wasn't really paying attention. So it had just ended. When I got arrived, and he was taking his sweet ass time, and he was going to get up and move it into the dryer.
Yeah.
But he waited, and then
I gave him a double watch.
I fired it back up again for another hour. And so he starts to look up, but he hasn't realized it yet. So I said to my wife, I fired up the old man's load again. and she said, what the hell are you saying? And so as an adult, I should have gone and said to him, hey, I'm really sorry. I fired up your load again. Is that the terminology you use at the laundromat?
Yeah, and
hey,
then
I fired up your load.
You owe me $8.
I'm sorry. Could you give me $8? You got it. Plus, you got some really organic $40 detergent, not Tide. So instead, I ran.
But you knew you had to.
Well, one of us had to go take our daughter somewhere, and I said, I just said hide to my wife, and I ran and left. And so she said a couple minutes later, the angry old man, he came up and he realized that the machine was fired up again.
Oh.
But he hadn't caught on that it was me, I think, because he was intent reading his book. So he looked around and he started walking around the laundromat, trying to...
When he figured out that all the loads right beside him.
Yeah, but I'd gone, right? And my wife was hanging out over by her machines.
Oh, that's...
So he went and tried to report to the laundromat attendant.
Really?
That someone had fired up his load. which is a no-no. And so the attendant, he insisted go around and ask people.
Really?
And so then my wife just denied. She was implausible denial because she didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like that would have held up in court, right?
Yeah, she would have been
unless
okay.
you could get charged with accessory to firing up a load.
But you can't implicate your spouse.
Huh?
That's right.
She'd been good. She can't.
Right.
She can't get you in trouble.
You can't testify against.
So he then stood by the machine angrily, as if protecting it for a while.
Yeah.
And then sat back down and waited. And she just told me not to come back until he was gone.
Oh, wow.
So I waited in the car.
On Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Eve.
Because you were scared of an
until
old
the
man.
scary old man from Home Alone at the Laundr-O-Mat fired up his load into the dryer and got the hell out of there.
Wow.
And so that was the end of my Laundr-O-Mat
For the best
story.
that you don't go to those places
So
anymore.
I spent $76 and I got a nice, fresh, organic second washing. He probably needed a second washing of his clothes.
Oh, that's pretty.
You know what I'm saying?
Dirty loading old man.
That could be a song. That could be our next song.
Yo.
A dirty loading old man. We fired up his... I don't know why I did a Bob Dylan
Now,
song.
would you be...
We fired up his load.
Is there any...
Dirty old man, fire up his load again at the Laundr-O-Mat.
Is there anyone in that situation that you would not have been scared of to talk to them?
A child.
A child. So you would have told, hey...
I would have berated the child and just said, hey, if you would have paid attention to your clothes...
Get your head out of your phone, son.
I felt a little guilty about it now. You think there should be a Home Alone type ending?
Yeah.
Where I meet the old man in the church?
No, you're like Kevin. You're an older version of Kevin.
An older, less brave version of Kevin.
I know.
more
He's 8
troublemaker.
years old. He's taking bad guys out, and you're running from the old man.
At first, I was very upset with what you did with my load, but I realized your organic detergent may well have saved my life.
What's that?
Thank you.
What was that? Was that Victor Newman?
No, that was just I don't know. Okay, let me do it again.
Old man.
I realized that your load there would save my life. Thank you so much for your organic detergent.
So where are we now in the story? We're down in the south somewhere?
I don't know. I don't know.
Instead of Aurora?
All this talk of loads, I don't know.
So anyway, that's our laundromat story. Why don't we get to, did anybody else have any stories from the week that was? Any more World Junior stories? Do you guys have any questions about our experiences?
I just wanted to know, I mean, we alluded to your voice, and as I said, I mentioned, I got a lot of feedback from people going, oh my God, James, what's going on? And
Yeah.
you know, he's hanging in, and I bigged you up.
It was nice to know people cared.
Oh, absolutely.
Either people cared or they were just really annoyed by my
they're
voice
like, get
on
this guy
television.
off my
Get this
TV.
guy the hell off my television. He's ruining the broadcast.
So it was a cold.
Yeah, I mean, I had pneumonia or whatever back
Before,
in December.
yeah.
I was a mess, and I probably never shook the whole thing. But I said I'd never had my voice go like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, what did you do between takes? Did you?
I thought you were going to say, what did you do the night before?
No. Listen,
That's confidential.
No, we went out for dinner. Puffy and I, Frank
Oh.
Saravelli, TSN writer, Bob McKenzie, had a nice calm dinner
Yep.
before that night. But we did have a little bit of wine, and maybe that pushed me over the edge. And then Nurse Bonhomie got involved, and that's never a good thing.
Yeah.
To try to keep up with her. No, but it wasn't just from.
No.
You can attest to the fact
For
it wasn't
sure.
from
I remember you
drinking or
saying
anything.
that your voice is starting to go.
Yeah, and then it went.
And then it went. So did you have any hot toddies or anything like that?
Dude, I tried everything.
Yes.
First of all, the team.
Yeah, I met Sarah Miller in the lobby. She had like a bag full of everything possible that could cure you.
So yeah, Gordon Miller's wife gave me all sorts of stuff. I had like 18 million teas and lemon. People were sending me all these ideas on Twitter of what to have. They put me in touch with Corey Walk, who's the Team Canada doctor, one of the Team
Wow.
Canada doctors. He gave me all sorts of stuff, and then in the end, I'm not even know if I'm supposed to say this. He was able to get me some steroids,
Yeah.
which I would have failed the drug test.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing I think that saved me, that got my voice.
Did you notice that
workable
you were
enough.
running faster or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I
Lifting
put on
more?
13 pounds of muscle in 72 hours.
I'd be like, more.
My throat is huge.
So I was a drug cheat on the gold medal game of the World Junior Hockey
Imagine
Championship.
Canada loses gold because of your the Canadian team doctor throwing steroids around will be the headline.
I do have one more question.
Yes.
Outside of the coldness of Buffalo, listen, it's no secret. Unfortunately, the attendance wasn't what we'd hoped it would be.
Right.
But just in terms of the people that were there, how was the vibe?
I would say the vibe wasn't great for the tournament most of the time. I said this on the podcast last week, I think. It's just too many times in one area. A World Juniors needs to come to your region. And by that, I mean, let's say within a 3-hour drive, where if you're a fan, you can go. It needs to come there once every 10 years.
Agreed.
And it's been there 4 times in 8 years.
Yeah.
3 times in 4 years if you count the Toronto-Montreal ones. And so it's too much to expect people to pay money and want to cross over and see that. So anybody who says, the World Juniors is dying, it was just, this was an aberration of 1 year. Next year in Vancouver, I guarantee it'll be all sold out. It'll be fantastic.
It's already 60%.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. So it was just too much in one area.
Hopefully they learned a lesson from it.
Yeah, I hope they did. The stuff was good. The Hey Baby was funny.
The gold medal game was great.
Gold medal game was great.
And I was happy for the kids that their whole lives dreaming of playing for this team. They finally had that moment where full house, everyone was going crazy.
I hate that it's probably overshadowed by the dude throwing the silver medal, Elias Anderson, into the crowd.
I know Ray was pretty hard on him on the broadcast, but I actually had no problem with it. I like the fact that this guy's a competitor.
No, and that's fair.
And that he's...
You shouldn't do that, Puff, but I get he wanted to win really badly. I don't think people understand how big a loss that was for Swedish hockey.
Yeah.
I said this before the game. It's not often that Canada playing in North America, that the other team has more pressure. I think the Swedes had more pressure.
Yeah,
this 44-game winning streak in group play is an albatross around their neck, to the point where I said to Puff during they went to a shootout against somebody, right?
Yeah, Russia, right?
Yeah, in the group play.
Yeah.
I said, throw the shootout, lose.
Yeah.
You need to lose to get this thing. Anyway, so that was a massive loss for Sweden. The craziest thing, though, you throw your medal into the crowd, and the one guy who catches it is the dude who came wearing 3 jerseys. And he immediately peels off his Czech jersey and has got the Swedish one underneath.
It was good.
Which is gold. You know what? It's still my favorite hockey of the year. The hockey was great.
Oh, listen, that game.
I love that team, too.
I'll tell you what. I would love to talk to Gord Miller, because that guy was going at 100 miles a minute, because that game was so fast.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Team Canadas, just because there was no marquee value to it, but they just played excellent from the beginning.
I really like the USA team.
Yeah,
their top guys were so good to watch.
The biggest game of that tournament, this is more sports than we've ever talked on this podcast.
I know.
The biggest game of that tournament was USA losing to Slovakia.
Yes.
That redefined the entire tournament.
The U.S. would have had a cakewalk.
Gave Canada the clear path and put the Americans in that tough group. And boom, Canada wins gold. It was fun. It's always fun to see the Canadians win gold.
Yeah, sports.
There you go.
Sports.
Thank you very much.
What do we do? Do you know what we've missed for a few weeks now?
What?
Dear Serious Lester.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hey kids, is something bothering you? Don't despair, I tell you what you can do. If you've got a problem, don't let it fester. Pick up that pen and write Dear Serious Lester. Dear Serious Lester this week comes from, and by the way, we want you all to participate in Dear Serious Lester. Use the hashtag Dear Serious Lester on Twitter or Instagram. Send it to us, and we will try to answer your question. And Lester will do it in the form of a song.
Yes.
Because that's what he does. Maybe should I start awarding prizes to the Dear Serious Lester people, so there's more incentive for them to write?
Yeah.
I'm going to run out of stuff soon. Books. By the way, we're giving away that
jersey
today. 100th anniversary Toronto Arena's jersey.
Pretty sweet.
In the Fandom segment. So if you were thinking about turning this off,
yeah,
or if you didn't already because of the Laundr-O-Mat story,
we did do a deep dive on that.
you need to get back in, baby. This is from Taylor at CT Styles. Dear Serious Lester, since having kids, I've put on an unnecessary 15-ish pounds, which means 25.
Yeah.
On my wonderful dad bod. It's gloriously covered with belly and chest hair. Lately, I've been trying to eat better and lift a couple of weights. At what point should I shave my chest, or do I let it run wild? Hashtag Dear Serious Lester. You can have a few seconds to think about that, Lester, and come up with your tune, or you want to go here?
Dear Taylor,
have a dad bod. Just let it go, let it go. So what if your chest is hairy? Maybe your wife likes it. Maybe it's just what you need to spice up your marriage, yeah. And if you let it go, tell her I told you so.
Yeah. That's actually a very nice song.
True, yeah.
I would put, if that was on the Christmas album,
Yeah.
again, I would like that. It's not a Christmassy song.
No, but it's a love song.
What's that song called?
It's actually going to be called I Love You eventually.
That song?
Eventually, yes. Yes.
Why?
I thought it was going to be Let It Grow.
Oh, the one I just did right now for Taylor. It's called Tailor Made.
Oh, Taylor Made.
That's very good.
What were you referring to when you said I love you?
Okay, I admit that.
Oh, you stole this actually.
He steals from himself.
I steal for myself, so I've been playing with that.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
I mean, the lyrics, the chest hair lyric. That would be like the Rubber Boots Guy song, which is a beautiful song as well.
Is that also
If we
going to be
put-
another song?
Well, we've contemplated that.
We've contemplated it, yes, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, put real, because I've got a lot of tweets from people saying
They want to hear your
wow,
music.
they're addicted to the song.
It's
Which
very
is-
good.
They're not happy about being addicted, was exactly what our goal was.
Yeah.
But they are.
I've had
but they are addicted.
people, TSN staffers come to me and say they can't get it out of their head.
That's wonderful. That's what
That's
it's all
right.
about. Yeah. I did have a dream last night. I've been on the NyQuil pretty heavy, Puff.
Well, yeah.
And I had a dream. I'm not going to bother with the dreams thing because it went sideways, but it was an old Ottawa dream. But Duthie made a really good cameo in it. And I was going back. I lived in this condo in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And I was coming home from the bars. I think this was like 23-year-old me, like 1999 James Duthie.
Nice.
And I probably wasn't
I was going to
23 then,
say
was
the
I?
math on that doesn't work
Yeah,
there, buddy.
okay, but you know what I mean. And I was coming back to my condo, and Duthie was walking in.
Yeah.
And he had two cheerleaders thrown over his shoulder. Clemson cheerleaders.
Clemson cheerleaders. He's an Oklahoma Sooner.
That was it. But he didn't, he just acknowledged me with a nod, and that was it.
Wow. What a dick.
You know he would have said something.
cheerleaders, he didn't-
He seemed like he'd had a good night. They weren't passed out or anything. Don't get the wrong idea.
yeah.
Like they were having fun. They were waving their pom-poms.
Yeah.
And I'm not suggesting anything illicit was happening. But good times in my dream last night. The NyQuil does,
Yes.
it does.
yeah.
But the sleep is so good. It's
Yeah,
worth it.
I know.
Take me to dreamland.
Yeah, if I have, because I got the Dayquil now too.
Oh, you're
I'm working the
double dipping?
Dayquil and the NyQuil.
Oh.
Wow.
And I think I am an addict.
Oh, it's the
wow.
best.
Are you
I might
how-
actually get sick again on purpose. Just
to get the NyQuil?
Just so I get some more NyQuil.
Just lie out in the snow naked
It's NyQuil time, baby.
and then douse yourself in it?
Because Tanya, she keeps it away from me if I'm not really legitimately sick.
Wow.
Let's get to Puffy's Hypotheticals, brought to you by iDrinkCoffee.com. I'm hoping this week, Puffy, it's not too sexual.
No,
so we can use
Little bit
iDrinkCoffee.com because I
Little
don't have
bit
a dream.
political.
iDrinkCoffee.com, this place for specialty coffee in Canada. The largest selection on equipment. Our coffee's freshly roasted in Milton, Ontario. We'll have to have Slavic on within a few weeks as TFC gets set for their
Champions League
action against Colorado.
Yes.
Is that correct?
It doesn't seem as dramatic when it's Colorado.
I know. It doesn't seem as, what's the word
Cruz
I'm looking for?
Azul would be.
Yeah. All right, well, let's play the theme.
Yo, 1, 2, 1, 2. These hypotheticals are messing with my mind. These hypotheticals, what's gonna be this time? These hypotheticals are blowing my mind again. These hypotheticals,
I missed that one. I like that one. I really like
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
good. Good jam.
Yeah.
Stopped through in the Roddy version last week.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Always get a kick
I
out
like
of
that
that.
too. It's very funny.
A lot of positive feedback on the Keith Kachuk sperm episode last week.
Think of what buying that sperm will do for your life.
So what do you got? This is a follow-up.
So this is coming off the Sunday night Golden Globe Awards. I'm assuming everyone in here is not a Donald Trump supporter.
That's fair.
So would you be fine with 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency for 8 years of President Oprah Winfrey?
So
So you're gonna
insinuating by this that you are a big Oprah for President
I'm all
fan.
on board on 2020 for Oprah Winfrey. All on board.
Wow.
You see, I'm not so convinced Oprah is going to be a great. You're such a victim of celebrity culture.
She's not a celebrity. She's an icon and a business magnet.
Wow.
I'm not sure I used the word magnet right there. I think it's magnate.
I read this article about how Oprah, as soon as you run for president, obviously all this stuff's going to come out.
She's got no skeletons. She's an open book.
But if you go back to the Oprah show, there was an awful lot of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Cocaine use?
No, that probably too.
Behind
but
the
like
scenes.
hucksters and fool's gold type people she brought on that show. She had a lot of people on the show that were selling stuff that was BS. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I remember there was an author that said he wrote this big bestseller and he didn't write it. I think
that's on her producers, not on Oprah. She can't do everything.
Look
her
at
show.
Oprah. I would vote for Oprah over Donald Trump in a second.
Yeah.
Just I don't think Oprah is the answer.
Who would you vote for over Oprah? Like she's the perfect candidate.
I would like to know someone who understood nuclear weapons and foreign policy.
I'm
perhaps.
sure Oprah knows all about that. She's been around the world. She built a school in Africa. She does no wrong.
I will not take 4 years of Donald Trump for 8 years of Oprah Winfrey.
You wouldn't?
No. Wow. You clearly would, Lester?
I'm inclined to agree with you, and I think the whole reason that Trump's president right now is because he's a celebrity. I think if there were somebody up against him that was just as big a celebrity on the Democrat side, that person would possibly be president as well. Don't get me wrong. I think Oprah is a very strong person. I love what she's done with her life and what she's dedicated her life to. However, I think it would be politics are best served to people who know politics. And if she was to become an advisor of some type, I'd be happy with that.
That deserves full Sirius Lester underneath that entire track. But well said. Stoff,
Thank you.
You liked Oprah as president?
It can't get worse than it is right now.
But would you put up with 4 years of Donald Trump to get 8 years of Oprah?
Have to.
Not
necessarily.
So you're saying he can't get impeached?
He can't get
if you want
impeached.
Oprah?
Nothing.
No, he's got to go the full term.
He gets the full term.
Okay, if
But
I
then
say
we get
no
him.
to Oprah, he gets booted?
Yes. Well, not
No.
necessarily. Still a crapshoot. You don't know.
I think I'd go the Oprah just because it's somewhat of a safer way.
you know
At least you
it'd be
don't get
okay.
another 4 on top. Like you don't
Yeah,
get 8
could be
years of
Teddy
Trump.
Cruz coming in next.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oprah, I just don't
But it's not
understand how you
another
guys
4
are
of Trump. at least.
any doubt on Oprah.
Because she is very inspirational.
Yeah.
Her speech was wonderful.
Brilliant.
It hit all notes.
She will get 100% of the woman vote.
It was definitely political.
You would think.
Do you think she'll give everyone a car?
Yeah.
Like you get a
You
car.
get help. She'll be like, you get health care.
Okay, if you're going to open the Oprah door,
Yeah.
let's go to Springer.
They're not even in the
Maury.
same. And Jerry Springer was the mayor of Cincinnati. I'm
Maury.
pretty sure that city ran like clockwork when he was in.
Let's put it this way. I'm not picking Oprah over Michelle Obama.
There you
Oh, I'm going Oprah for sure.
go. No.
Now, if you tell me if it's Michelle and Oprah,
Yeah, see, that's the ticket.
boom. If that's the ticket,
Now, who's the president in that case?
Michelle.
Oprah's no vice president to anyone.
No way.
Oprah's the
How about
president.
Ellen? Just be a bunch of crazy game shows and fun.
You're being ridiculous now. Ellen, come on.
That's the greatest line in the history of this podcast. Now you're being ridiculous. Time for Fandom. We have a big Fandom segment, so I have to get to it. El Salvador and Honduras fought a war over a soccer game in 1969. The Fandom Sports app is doing its part for world peace by allowing you to channel that rage. Vote and comment on fan fights or post your own. Win coins, trade them for swag, and make love, not war. Now available on the Apple Store and coming soon to Android. A lot of interesting stuff going on Fandom. Before, we were the only guys giving away stuff on Fandom. But now Fandom is starting to give stuff away.
Oh, son of a...
And I believe they had tickets. I'm not sure if this contest is still running by the time you listen to this. Like tickets to any game, anywhere, they were giving away for
In the world?
well, I'm not sure about that. It might have been North America.
Still,
Might have
that's
been
a pretty good contest.
North America question. Win tickets to a game of your choice. That's what it says, a game of your choice. If Seattle gets an NHL franchise, what should they be called? Tune into Dash Radio, which I believe is on Sirius Radio. They have a Fandom channel. Tune into Dash Radio next week to hear the winner. So you can go on and vote for that.
Where would you
as
choose?
well as our segment.
What game would you want to go see?
Any game at all?
Yeah.
I don't know, Puffy. We've talked about this. I'm spoiled. So what would I go see?
I'm going to the grand final, Aussie Rules football.
Yeah, that one.
Nice.
I'm going to go with you. I like that one. That's a very good idea because there's not.
You wouldn't be able to get to there.
Yeah, it's not something I would have thought of.
Yeah.
So Fandom, we did 2 questions because we wanted to please Lester.
Yes.
We did the Die Hard question, and then we did another question about dynasties. Do you prefer sports dynasties, the Patriots, or do you prefer parody?
Yes.
The way it is right now. We said we'd take the best answer and give away the Toronto Arena's
This is big.
jersey. There was a lot of answers for both. I'm going to run through some of the good ones, and then you guys can pick a winner here for me, okay? Let's do. You want to do the Die Hard ones first?
Sure.
Okay. It's a Christmas movie, but not a shot to the late Alan Rickman. I'd love the villain to be Lester Newman and the hero to be Rod Smith Baby to go save his daughter. 1999 Sarah Lesk. That's from Eric. This is from Snicks on. It's as much a Christmas movie as the Rubber Boots pod is about sports. Boom. Boom.
Wow.
Shot, but true.
That might be the winner.
Sure, there's mentions and references to Christmas/sports, but it's really all about the action dreams segment. More of a Christmas movie than anything the W Network has shown in the last decade. Did I talk about my wife's obsession with all the W Network Christmas movies?
No.
She watched every one. They are horrible.
They're
not B movies. They are like F movies.
Then what does your wife like about them?
Just she likes Christmassy and romance stuff. Christmassy
Maybe
romance
that's a
stuff.
hint. You should be more romantic at Christmas.
It clearly is a hint. This is interesting from Christopher Chartrand. I was listening to another podcast, Stuff You Should Know, and they wrote to the writer of the movie, and he pretty much said it is a Christmas movie about family, changing your ways, and rediscovering what's important in life before it's too late. From the writer of
I guess that's the boom. That's the winner.
Damn straight. More of a Christmas movie. I got that one already. All right, dynasty questions. I like a good dynasty as long as it isn't riddled with controversy and there was some hardship along the way. That's from Camper. Eric, dynasty baby, just like Rod Smith has a dynasty of ladies coming and going from the compound. These become so typical now that I don't even laugh at them anymore. This one I find very interesting. I want you to listen. This is from Haver Meyer. I am more interested in the plot line. I either want to be witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime dynasty run that will be talked about for generations or crushing defeat that will be equally as riveting. I either want to see Golden State Warriors start their dynasty with a once-in-a-lifetime perfect performance in the 2017 finals, or I want to see the Cavs come back from 3-0 to win 4-3. Just like the Rod Smith recap, it's the drama that keeps us turned in. Who doesn't want to witness something incredible, ... at the fair?
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
I thought that was
good.
Because it was a well-constructed debate.
Smart answer.
And then he threw in a little Rubber Boots reference at the end. It wasn't
I
like
think
a
that's
lot
a
of
winning
people are
formula.
throwing in the blatant Rubber Boots references.
Subtlety sometimes is the way to go.
I think I'm going to give Havermeyer the jersey.
I think so.
I went through all these, by the way. I can't read them all, but I just thought it was well thought out and well crafted.
And had a good kicker.
Contact us on Twitter at Rubber Boots. We'll DM you. We'll get your stuff, and we'll send you a Toronto Arena's 100th anniversary jersey and a book. Huh?
The Intern. That's who we'll send
Oh, The Intern. Should we get to that, or we have to finish Fandom right now?
Oh, yeah. Finish Fandom first.
We have to do our Fandom. We had a Fandom question from last week. I'll give away 2 books next week.
Boom.
And this week's Fandom question is going to be about Johnny Manziel, as we teased with Rod Smith. So the question is basically, how is this going to end? Do you see this ending as Johnny Manziel becoming I wouldn't have to say superstar, a good CFL quarterback? Or does this end in disaster? Does that mean Johnny Manziel going off the rocker again, Johnny Manziel bailing after 2 weeks, Johnny Manziel failing in the CFL? Those are your 2 options. I want a compelling argument, and we'll give away some prizes because of that. Fair?
Sounds good.
What do you think?
I'm very much on board with Johnny Manziel coming.
You're very excited about it.
I'm
aren't you?
excited. I will watch every Hamilton Tiger Cat game.
Do you think non-CFL fans will watch just because of Johnny Manziel?
I do think they'll watch, but you're asking my opinion now?
Yes.
I'm allowed to talk?
Wow.
It's almost as hostile as Jeff O'Neill.
I know.
Almost.
Angry,
Almost.
but less funny.
No, I don't understand why this guy can't get it together. He's got all the talent in the world. Man, you're wasting it. He's already wasted the prime of his career, possibly, just because he can't get it together. Like, wake up be a professional and play football.
Well, it's been a couple of years, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's just his agent is being a little bit stupid right now.
Well, and that's another thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if it's a small amount of money, he's already a rich guy.
Yeah, his family's
rich.
family are oil crooks or something.
Oil barons.
No, oil crooks from way back when. I read some big Vanity Fair article or something back in the day.
Listen,
but I think
at the end of the day, they're all those oil people exploited somebody. So
yeah, no, these were badass oil people though.
Well, then they're winners. Johnny, I think if he treats it with respect, I think he'll do well in the CFL.
All right,
but he might come up here and be like, I'm going to be the best, and then he's going to. The players up here are good.
Maybe he won't
players.
even sign. By the time you're listening to this, maybe because if they're asking for $500,000, nobody's paying him $500,000.
You don't think?
No. Because there's no guarantee he's going to be good.
But isn't that what a CFL quarterback gets?
But here's what happens. Here's what happens. You win the Heisman Trophy. You fail in the NFL. You come to the CFL to restart your career. Yeah. You accept $150,000 or something, or $100,000. Then you prove yourself and you go back to the NFL. You can't write your own ticket when you haven't succeeded at the professional level.
Doug Flutie came up here for big money.
Okay, he's like the exception. Doug Flutie, who came up here, was an instant
the comparable.
Success. There is a long list, 25 guys who thought they could come up here and be stars and failed out miserably.
The only two guys that have done it, in my opinion, Warren Moon and Doug Flutie.
Yeah,
maybe right. and maybe Jeff Garcia.
Most guys have to sit on the bench for a little while, and Johnny Manziel's not going to sit on the bench for a year. No, man, a lot of CFL talk today. We've outsmarted ourselves.
We might have actually turned off viewers with all our sports talk.
It's not on television.
Well, soon enough.
But that guy on Fandom who said that we're not about sports. We showed him some, didn't we?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, let's get to the intern, Puff.
Yes.
We haven't really talked this out, but
great intern search of 2018.
Yeah, I think it's ready to get started.
Yeah.
So we clearly need an intern.
Yes.
If you saw me come in today, I was writing the Rod Smith recap as we were starting the podcast. It was a mess on Fandom. I had barely had time to go through everything. So we need an intern to get us organized.
Yes.
To get our social media going.
Yes.
To do Insta more.
Yes.
Do Insta stories.
Little videos and
I still can't do the Insta stories.
I can't either.
Well. I keep
the whole
deleting
thing
it
where
by
people where it
mistake.
goes boomerangs back and forth. I don't know how to do that.
I can't do that. That's why we need the
I'd
intern.
like to. I think there's a lot of things I do that are pretty cool that would look good in boomerang
Intern
form.
can help us with like what exactly?
Just regular stuff.
So they'll help us with our social media.
Yes.
Maybe they can scour the internet to find like things that I find on Twitter.
For sure.
All sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
What are we looking for in an intern?
They also have to be able to know the mail delivery service pretty well. Because those books have to get sent out by somebody.
But then they'd have to be local. So I'm not going to just confine it to Toronto people. Look, it would probably help if it's someone who could get here sometimes.
Yes.
Take photos of us and such. But we're not going to eliminate. There could be some genius, social media genius in British Columbia or Inuit that could help us out. So we will take applications from everywhere. They should apply to our Instagram account.
Instagram, I think.
So that is at, what is it again?
At Rubber Boots Pod, isn't it?
At Rubber Boots Pod.
Yeah.
On Instagram. Because on Instagram, there's no character limit, right, Stoff? So you can write your application to us on Instagram, or you can send us a link to like a longer thing or a resume, right?
Rubber Boots Pod, all one word.
Thank you. And so you're going to write us on Instagram, and you're going to tell us why you should be the intern.
Yes.
And or if you want to send us a link to something else, or you want to send us a video message, whatever. Male, female, doesn't matter to us.
No. Is there an age limit?
No, I think... now, they're not getting paid, are they?
No, that's an intern.
Well, maybe we'll give them a bonus at the end of the year.
That's true.
We'll give them swag. We'll give them all sorts of TSN swag.
They'll be loaded down with James Duthie books.
And they can say they're the Rubber Boots intern, which is a major cachet wherever you go, right?
It's getting you in a lot of doors.
We'll give them the shirt like Roberto Luongo had that says, like, panel intern.
They might go from here to bar down. Just work their way up I
don't know if that's up. We love our bar down.
Bar down is pretty good.
Bar down's a big deal.
They do a
bar
lot
down's
of
a big
good
deal,
stuff
but I'm
there.
just saying this is the Rubber Boots podcast. Puffy, don't. Even if you said tsn.ca, they could go from here to tsn.ca. I'd say, come on, Puffy, this is the podcast.
That's true,
right?
That's true.
Street cred.
Street cred.
So send your applications in. Does that even work? Can you put a link in an Instagram thing? Oh no, it's always link in bio. Maybe that won't work.
We really thought this through.
Okay, send your message on Instagram.
Just
and
say
then
you're interested.
maybe we'll contact the finalists.
Yes.
And then we'll do, what are we going to do?
But how are they going to prove
Skype
by
interviews?
just looking at their Instagram?
Look, we haven't thought this out properly, okay? But we are going to be able to tell
Well, we can
how
do
good they
interviews
are.
on the pod.
That's not good podcasting.
Well, we'll do a fake one.
We'll do, or
Why
we'll
don't
do
we
a,
do the top 3 and we'll interview them on the pod via the phone?
That's a good idea.
Okay, so we'll select our
That's
top
good
3
producing
candidates.
stuff.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And,
Thank God you're here.
and if you don't have Instagram and you want to write us on Twitter or something like that, that's
Sure,
fine. That's
Twitter's
fine
fine.
too. Who's going
And
to
if you don't have either of them,
Wait a
you're
second.
probably not built for the social
we
media
need
aspect
to hire
of
an
the job.
intern to go through all these applications for the intern.
So we're just going to take the first person who's willing to do it.
Well, I'm going to Turks and Caicos in a day, so I'm not going to be looking at
Are you?
down
Jeez.
there.
What do you mean? We got nothing to do but look on the social media.
That's not what I do. I swim the dolphins. I do things
You're
like
just
that.
going down there for 4 days of sunshine and relaxing.
No,
You'll
that's
have
not what I do.
nothing but time. You
Not
read
what I do.
books?
I read books. I go paddleboarding.
Do you ever read your book? Or one of your books?
Yes.
And just be
And I
like,
laugh out loud. Honey, check out this part. Okay, so that's it. Did we do it? Did we not do anything? We did we shouldn't have said download the Fandom Sports app.
yes.
Play.
Coming to Android soon.
Coming to Android soon. And like I said, they got some really cool giveaways besides the Rubber Boots Pod giveaways on there. I think we've done everything, haven't we? So let's end with the Rubber Boots song, why don't we? The hit that's sweeping the nation. Lester, have you put it on iTunes yet?
I have not.
Yeah,
I
when are
will.
you guys going
I
to do
will.
that thing where then, because I want to
Well,
be
we
able
keep talking about it, but till Lester gets off his ass and puts it on iTunes.
Can you put it on Spotify?
Yeah, through the same service. Yes,
Yeah,
I will.
Because I'd like to be
I
able to
will.
get it
I
on
apologize.
Spotify.
I completely forgot about
Lester,
that.
we're
So-
just kidding you, as we always are.
So the intern should be able to put things on
Yes,
that too, yeah.
Spotify.
Yes.
and-
Yes,
That's
exactly.
gotta be something else
And if
the
they could
internet-
play an instrument, it would help.
Yes. Preferably jazz flute. Lester, could you use anybody in your band if the intern was talented that way?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Imagine.
Man, imagine getting that free labor.
They put them over the top.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Then I'm outta here.
Groove Town's like
Groovetown.
right through the roof.
Groovetown. Would Groovetown ever play the Rubber Boots Pod song, the Rubber
Yeah.
Boots Guys song,
I'm
as
sure
a
we
tribute
could.
to us?
I'm sure we
Would
could.
Elton Ron ever do it?
Elton
Can you
Ron
imagine
would
how
never-
confused
Elton
his
would
crowd
never
would be?
do it.
When is Elton Ron in town?
We are going to that next time.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Could the
We're-
intern get us tickets?
We're listen to this. Listen to this. I'll plug this right now. We are at the Old Mill in Toronto.
Okay.
On Saturday, February the 10th. Bring the ladies. Bring the wives.
Okay. Well, I think it should just be
Just the boys.
yeah,
it's
just
but
the
it's,
boys. trip.
Ixnay on the
Ixnay.
white
but it's a
Hey.
Valentine's Day show, guys.
Plus, we want to. Oh, yeah.
Could get awkward. How serious are you with him?
February the 10th?
Saturday, February the 10th.
All right. Lester, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Glad to be back.
Stoff, glad to have you back since you run the show. Send your intern applications in and enjoy the Rubber Boots Guys song.
Hey, how are ya? I got a question that I really wanna ask ya. Wait, don't hang up. I need to know, so I'm gonna try and push my luck. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? I know it's a little strange, my obsession with your choice of footwear in the rain. I know that you're on TV, but I need you to put your boots up on the desk for me. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair. This is the part they call the bridge, of which has water under it. With rubber boots you can wade in the water. Just don't fall in. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like a dunk tank at the fair?
Do you like the dunk tank?
At the fair.
The dunk tank, the dunk tank.
At the fair. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? No, seriously. Are you wearing your rubber boots? Don't hang up, please. Somebody. Anyone?
I love the Rubber Boots podcast.
Alexa's smarter than me.